Hi, this is Brandy from Stitchin' in Oregon. It is April 11th, 2025, and I am back for Floss Tube number 23, I think we're at. If you hear some background noise, there is a window open in this room because, I don't know if you guys know, in Oregon we are plagued in the spring by those little tiny black ants. And we use like a spray called Evo or whatever because it's not toxic to the dogs and the cats. But it smells very strongly of essential oil. So I have the window open so you might be able to hear some birds. It's really nice outside right now. We're not supposed to get any rain today, but we live in Oregon, so we'll see about that. I think we've had rain at least once a day for a couple weeks now. But yeah, and if you hear some clip clopping, Gideon is in here with me because he will not stay downstairs if I'm up in the craft room. So yeah, little life update. Gideon Bean, sorry. He's literally eating one of the kids' like cards, Valentine's Day cards from like 3 years ago. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. He's standing right next to me now. I brought a beanbag in here. Hopefully he'll... Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi. He's my buddy. We don't have school today. It's an in-service day. And so I'm home with him, and he was very confused about why I was still home this morning. But he's very clingy because I am. Anyway, life update. I just finished a class for my master's on Wednesday. Turned in the last assignments for that one. So I have 4 weeks left on a current class, and then I start my last class May 8th, I think. And then I'll do my student teaching in the fall. So watching those classes like tick off one by one feels really good. So also I'm going to have the Floss Tube itchy nose, especially with the window open. Our pollen count is like already in the 9 point somethings. And so I have definitely been feeling it a little bit. So yeah, life is good. Dogs are good. And I got this curly tail right next to me. Things are about to get a little bit crazy through the end of the school year. Gavin is a senior, so he's going to start all of the like graduation stuff is going to start speeding up. He has a commitment ceremony thing tonight to the college he is going to go to in the fall, and we just paid like his housing deposit and did all of that stuff. And we are sending out grad announcements for both him and our oldest daughter. So our oldest daughter, Alyssa, is graduating from college, and I brought their announcements up because I'm just so stinking proud. So this is our oldest daughter, Alyssa, and she's graduating with a degree in mass communication. She's graduating from Loyola in New Orleans. And like the back of her thing, this is her and her dad in kindergarten, her high school graduation, and now her college graduation. So it was really fun to have that. And then this is the announcement for my son. So yeah, he's going to have like a senior picture that goes in there. And we have like, my sister took them, and there's like 5 of them to choose from. He's going to nest now. And it's going to be a little loud. So yeah, that's going on. We have this weekend free from volleyball, but potentially the next 2 weekends after that, tournaments. So that should be busy, but then volleyball should be done pretty much. And then the girls should have like the last month and a half free a volleyball before school ends. I think that's about it. Yeah. So we're just going to get into whips. I do have a new start that is a crochet project, which is not normal for me. That I'll show you guys when I do my new starts. So we're going to do my whips first. These are not in order of me working on them because I kind of just, when I work on them, I file them up on the side of like, this is like my sewing table here. And I'll just make a stack of the things I work on so that I don't forget to show you guys. Okay, first up is Autumn Swan by Brenda Gervais. This is the one I restarted, I think, like 3 times. Finally settled on an 18 count. I think this is tea-dyed by me, and this is where I am. So last time you guys saw this, I had like the dark color of this pumpkin in. So I finished that up, put its stem in, and then these two like flower things were in here, but I did all of this white. I did this leaf. The green is new. These are like the cattails. I started those, and then this orange is new too. So I was hoping to get a little bit, well, I was hoping for a finish. I just lately have been switching projects out. Like sticking to things has not been going well for me. It's like I finished that 25/7 project for my grandparents and I just have not been able to like consistently stick with anything since then. This will come back out at least next weekend at the volleyball tournament because I take this one to work on. But I also took my crochet with me last weekend and I mostly worked on that last weekend. Okay, I don't have a picture for this one. I'll try to put it in. I think I forgot last time I showed this. No, thank you. This is Violets and Primrose by Carolyn Manning. And this is where I am. It's kind of hard to see, but last time I worked on this, all of this yellow is new. So not a lot of work. This is probably one of my oldest projects. I'm stitching this on a 32 count, I think, vintage country mocha. So this one is fun. I know I have the PDF for it somewhere, but I work from a paper pattern on this one, which makes it a little slower. Okay, next I have my red, white, and blue sampler. Give me one sec, the pattern is folded, so I gotta fix this. This is what this looks like. This is by Erin Elizabeth Designs. I think I started this last summer. It's from 2023. I think I started this last summer and I had played around with the idea of taking the alphabet out. And then I discovered I actually really like stitching alphabets, so that would have made me sad. But I'm stitching this on a Bestitchme 36 count linen called Ledger. I'm stitching from colors I had in stash. I think I was at my grandparents' house when I started this last summer, and so I just kind of pulled from what I had in my bag. This is where I'm at now. And last time I showed you guys this, I worked on the letters. When I pulled it out this time, where is it? I filled this in here and I finished the red stripes all the way down because these I had done half stitches on to count over to the corner so I knew how wide it was. So I finished the back leg of those, and I did get some white stitches in on that top border. Yeah, so not a lot done. I might do, I'm really bad at this, but I really do want to do this. Phoebe Moon from Moonshine Stitchery does a patriotic piece on the 4th of every month. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that with one of my patriotic pieces. I have quite a few because I love patriotic stitching, but I don't usually stitch on them unless it's summertime. So like all of July, that's pretty much all I stitch on. Sometimes into August. But 1 month does not get a ton of work done on, you know, multiple projects. So, okay, this one is Poisonous Plants, which I think I can pull up a picture for you here. This is by the Witchy Stitcher, and I am doing this for my son. Let's see if I can show you this. This is not like a great, hey, no thank you. You're gonna knock everything over. He's full of it today. We need to go for a walk after this. Okay, so Poisonous Plants by the Witchy Stitcher. This is what it looks like. Last time I showed you guys this, I was telling you I was done because I had finished this one, and I was wrong. There was one more here that I needed to do. So I did that, and I brought some of that border down. I'm stitching this on a 28 count. What is this called? My son picked the fabric because this project is for him. And I'm stitching it on, oh my gosh, guys, I'm such a mess. I try really hard to be organized, and I have the sticker on one of these papers, Stormy Night, or it's a picture of this plus fabric I got from 123 Stitch. Looks like this, but it's a 28 count. My son picked the fabric. So yeah, last time you saw it, I had just finished up this. Now I've finished this one. That is Wolfsbane. And then I finished this corner and I brought the border down. So I think I don't like stitching on it. Partially because the fabric is so dark, partially because it's not my style of stitching, but it's a project my son picked out for him, and he loves this stuff. So I'm trying to bring this border down all the way, and then I'm gonna start the last row of flowers. I mean, I am like halfway done. This was what I was gonna do for my new 25/7 piece. And I did do it for 4 days, and then I just couldn't be bothered. And I think that is why, because it's not my style of stitching, like, I'm not reaching for it. I don't want to do my 25 minutes on it. And so I don't, because if I tell myself you can't stitch on anything until you do this, then I just won't stitch on anything, and then that accomplishes nothing. Okay. Next is, I'm gonna have to pick that up. I just dropped a pattern. Manor at Quaker Hill. This is also by Brenda Gervais. My cover photo has seen better days. This, oh, it's so sad. I was at Acorns and Threads, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and I almost bought a new pattern because my cover is so bad. It just means it's been well loved, right? Manor at Quaker Hill. I want to finish this. I know I said, I think in my whip braid, that this was going to be a focus on a finish. I've worked on it a couple times, but I just am struggling. Wow, my fabric is a mess. Okay, I am doing this on a 36 count linen. I think it's just a raw linen I got from Michael's. I might have ordered it from 123 Stitch a million years ago, but I don't remember. I'm using all of the called for floss. This is where we're at. I love this. It's so freaking pretty. When I pulled it out this time, I worked on this grass. I worked on bringing the grass over. I don't remember if I showed you this. I got the door in of the house, and I got this bird in, and I was working on, there's another bird right here, I think. Yeah, there's another bird, and so I'm counting the grass around the bird, but I think I'm going to put the animal in and then stitch the rest of the grass. If I can get this hill done, like that's the bulky stitching. And then I'll feel like things are moving and grooving. I love this one. The colors are so pretty. My initials are already in there. This is like the halfway point. There's another big like pink flower thing here. It goes right above the tree that's next to the house on the hill. And then I think I could safely say I'm over halfway when I get that in. So, yeah, it would be nice to finish this one. I love this one. Do you ever find that part of the reason you don't stitch on something is because you love it so much? Like if you finish it, it's gone, it's done. You know you won't stitch it again, right? Like we'll keep the patterns usually because we keep everything. But all right, next one I have to show you, one moment, is And To All a Good Night. This is a pattern I started around last, I think 2 Thanksgivings ago. This is by Stitching with the Housewives. This is not a good cover photo, but this is what I got. This is when I had started with somebody that I used to be friends with, but the project is so close to being done, I definitely want to finish it. So I didn't work on it this month. I worked on it last month, and when I filmed the video, I realized I forgot it downstairs, and I didn't want to go get it. So I'm stitching this on an 18 count fabric, hand dyed by me, with Rit dye. And this is where I am. I think when I stitched it last time, this is 1, 2, 3. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. I sent the puppy downstairs with my son to hopefully entertain him. Anyway, wear this hanging thread. This is the last saddle for the last reindeer, I think. And To All a Good Night. I stitched the A and the snowflake. So, oh, this is the G. This is the G above Good Night. And then Santa will go here. And there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2 more houses down here. I'm using a mix of called for and my own floss. This is probably my closest to a finished Christmas piece. It just kind of has like bad memories associated with it. So it's not like one that I reach for because of that, but I do still really like it, and I'm over halfway done. It would be fun to get hung up on the wall. Okay, this one is Flower Garden. I did bring my tablet so I can show you what this one looks like as long as it's charged. I forgot to check if it was charged. Hey, nice. Okay. So Flower Garden, it is called, I think, June Granny Square of the Month by Carolyn Manning. And it is a pattern I started during COVID in Spokane when I was living there. My grandma and I started this together. She's stitching hers on like an 11 count fabric or something. I'm stitching mine on an 18 count Aida that I dyed myself. Sorry, this is taking its sweet time. Maybe if it ever, I think it just reset. So I'll try to show it to you. I'm using some called for, mostly substitutions though. And I stitched on this a lot in the car recently, because I can do block stitching in the car. It doesn't make me nauseous, but if I try to do anything else. All right, this is where it's at. I was doing excuse me, extreme cross country on this one to color complete, and then chose apparently Pattern Keeper had an update that I didn't know about. I don't use it very often unless I'm doing like my full coverage pieces. I don't I don't use it very often. Okay, it's still loading. I think oh, here we go. Okay, when you buy these patterns, these Granny Flower Garden patterns from Carolyn Manning, it comes with 3 different options. They look like this. I'm doing this big one. Oh, so I showed it to you the wrong direction. But I'm doing this one with my grandma. I am now 62.55% done, which is super exciting. And so then it goes like this then. It goes like this. Every time I think I've showed this to you guys, I've showed it to you long ways. It can go either way, but this is the directionality of the pattern. That's funny. So anyway, this is where I'm at. Super exciting. It's really pretty. I have already decided if my grandma passes before I finish this, I'll just stop it where it is. And that will be the end of it. I'm very lucky. I'm 38 years old and I still have my grandma, and I love my grandparents. They're the ones that she taught me how to quilt and crochet, and she cross stitches with me. She's tried to teach me how to knit and I cannot. But painting, all of the artsy craftsy stuff comes from my grandparents on both sides, but a lot my grandma that I'm doing this with. This little short lady right here. So anyway, we're doing this together, and if for some reason it doesn't get complete, that's where it'll stay. It'll just get framed like that. So, but she's good right now. I didn't mean to put like a whole downer on everything. She is good. I talk to her every Friday on the phone, and I will be going there in July to spend a week or 2 with them. So one of the benefits of working for school in the teaching part of it is that you get summers with your kids. All right, Let Love Rain by Tersea Kogut. This is another one that has complicated feelings with it, but is such a beautiful pattern. I just love stitching on this. This is what it will look like. I'm almost thinking, because I'm up here, I love this whole thing. I'm going to do this whole thing. Wouldn't it be pretty to just stitch this by itself? I don't know. I have kind of been playing with that idea, like this bowl of flowers. I think would be really pretty. So, anyway, maybe someday. And let's see. I didn't get too far on this, but I'll show you where I'm at. This is the only project I'm using blue painter's tape on. I got the idea from Unfinished Stitches, and it doesn't leave any residue. It was just not serged on that side. I have a regular sewing machine, but I don't have a serger, so this is what I did. So what I did was I stitched this tulip. I brought this up and down because if you remember last time I stitched on this, I was working on that border and I realized I had made a mistake and I had to pull it all the way back out. So I did that. And then I also finished, I worked on this hill a little bit. I finished the grass. The house was done, I'm pretty sure, and I brought this over. So not, sorry, not a lot, but I love this every time I look at it. I wonder, you know what, maybe I stitched the top portion. What if I stitch this portion and then I stitch this underneath it? I'd have to pull this out because I've started this butterfly or moth or whatever it is. That would be really pretty and it would make it so much smaller. And I love these motifs, but I don't really need this. It just has an established date and it's got like sheep and a dog. The dog is cute though. And cat. No, I really think maybe I'll do that. Let me know what you think. I've seen people finishing this up. I've seen lots of people working on this. I don't know that I've seen a modified version of this. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think stitch the whole thing? Or do you think I could take like, I already have like this chain across here, but like taking this chunk out. So I would lose 1, 2, 3 flowers in the border. That would like decrease it by half, I think. So let me know your thoughts. I think I kind of love that idea. Maybe I'll go with that. Ooh. What'd I do with the bag that it was in? I'm stitching this with the DMCs. I don't know where the bag just went for this. Oh, it was literally in my lap underneath the project. Okay, this is where I'm at. Love it. I'm excited again. Okay. Excited. All right. Yeah, let me know if you guys have seen any modified versions of this because I don't think I have. And I think I might do that. All right. Okay. Okay. Drink. Something to drink. 2 more whips and then 3 new starts. I do have some haul. Mostly Nashville Needle Market stuff. I think I showed you what I ordered from Nashville. But then I went to Acorns and Threads, and they have the whole side with, you know, you can't help it. Okay, we did go camping over spring break for a couple days, and which means Happy Campers came out. This is by, this is by the Blue Flower. Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh. Guys, I'm so bad. I need to do what other people do and like leave the cover photo separate. Look at what I did to it. It's because I took it camping, and I was, my friend Lisa was camping with us, and so I would pack up all my cross stitch in my bin and walk over to her campsite. She had better light over at hers, and it was not as chaotic. Anyway, we also had a new start we started together, but we were camping, so this is what I worked on. I didn't do a lot because I was working on the new start with Lisa, but I did do the back stitching in the post here. I finished this up except for the inside of those windows. I didn't have that color with me. And I started the house. Oh, I forgot I started the house. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count even weave ivory that I got from Acorns and Threads. I am stitching this for my daughter Cadence. And every time I finish a motif, she gets to pick the next one. Yes, it does smell like campfire. No, I don't care, and neither does she. It's good memories. And I am stitching this with the called for floss. My friend Lisa it's so funny. We have realized in the last couple weeks, even if we start a project in the same place, we go opposite directions. So I always start in the, well, I always start in the upper right hand corner, but Cadence picked the left hand corner for me, and Lisa either started the middle or the right. So anyway, she's got like this side done, and I've got the other direction done. This is where I'm at. A little less than halfway done. I love this. It's turning out so good. It's going to take me 1,010 years because I really do only pull this out unless we're camping. When I was doing WhipGo, I did have it on my WhipGo board and I would pull it out. I decided not to do WhipGo this year with college and Gavin graduating and everything else. So this is where I'm at. I really hope you didn't hear that. My stomach just made a really loud noise. I haven't eaten anything yet. Okay, I finished this up. So the posts were done. Actually, I'm still missing 2 dark brown in here. Anyway, I finished the back stitching in the sign. I finished, I think there was like 1 or 2 more stitches in these. I think these are like pole pines, maybe. I think that's what they're called. I pulled the border down and around. I need to pull the blue out of my stash to fill in these windows, and then this is done, which is super exciting. So I had like the body of this done, but I had to do the door, the windows, the tire, and the hitch, and then I started on the house. So that is really exciting. I think this was literally maybe, I stitched for 25 minutes on this for 2 mornings. So it wasn't a lot. Progress is progress though, right? Starting on that massive house. So yeah, that's where I am with that one. I'm going to leave this one out so that I remember to grab the floss that I need. Lisa pulled hers out last night and it made me want to work on mine again since I have the rule of only working on it when camping. Okay, this one. Oh, I have actually 2 more woods. Yes. No, you could come in.
No thanks, I was talking to your dog.
Okay, what?
He just threw up like everywhere.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What did he throw up?
His food.
He ate a long time ago.
He threw up that. He ate a piece of my pizza, like, and then he threw that out.
Yeah.
Dude, that made me mad.
Huh.
I literally set it down for 1 second. I didn't even turn around and he took it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Will you... Did you...
He's outside. I already mainly cleaned up.
Okay, I was going to ask you to put him outside. Okay. I think the pizza made him sick. Now he's going to have a... Maybe we'll give him a little bit of Benadryl, because his tummy is going to be itchy. Okay, I'm almost done with this, so... Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pardon the interruption. I think I've decided this is going to be my new 25/7 piece for a little while, because I adore it, and I haven't pulled it out in such a long time, but I love this one. This is, let's see if I can pull up the picture. This is Saxon Sampler by, oh, I can't say it. I'm sorry. I'll try to show you. Okay, this is what it will look like. I have this part done, and I'm up in this part. I hit 6% last night when I pulled this out, so I have all of that to do. I am stitching this from the Silk app. Let's see if I can see who this is by. Dorothy Kanzi from, I can't say it, guys. The Stickmooster. I don't know how to say it. Okay. Can you, whoops. Can you see this? I'll try to put it up here. I can't. I had a friend in high school that spoke German, and he tried. He tried so much. And I couldn't do it. But that's what this is. I'm stitching it on a 40 count lamb's wool from XD Designs. This was the reason I started working on 40 count is because of this project. This is where I am. So when I pulled this out last night, fold this again, I can actually make this fabric smaller. Like I can cut the whole half off, but it's so long and I don't want it to unravel. Okay, when I pulled this out, I had this top part done. I had this leaf, this, and this done. And I had like to here of this green. So this is new. I did this morning. I finished the curly Q of this green, and then I got this flower in. I did change this. This flower was called for to be in, this bottom part was this light green color, and this top part is this light blue color. But I wanted it to be flowery. And these are colors that are used in the pattern, so they'll show up again. So they're not going to be horribly out of place. Maybe in this section, but I like it. This is what I did. I am at 6.1% done, I think. So I think for a little while at least this will be 25/7, maybe through the end of May. See how much progress I can get done on it. I love this project so much. I have seen one person stitch on this. I saw it on Instagram. If I can find her, I'll like link her down below. as soon as I saw hers though, I said, I have to do that. And I went and I bought the app and I went and I downloaded the pattern and then realized how absolutely massive it was, that it needed to be on 40 count or higher. I had never stitched on 40 count, so that was new for me. But yeah, so this one I think is going to stay out for a while because last night and this morning it was really lovely to stitch on. Okay, next is Rainbow Babies. Rainbow Babies is a project I am stitching on. It is for my friend Amanda. She knows about it, but she does not know what it looks like. I've like sent her little snippets. This is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Kathy Amaral. I'll show you the whole picture and then I'll show you like how I'm cropping it. This is the whole image. Very pretty. I have cropped, let's see if I can do it, so that this is what I'm stitching. Yeah, I am like, I'm slugging along over here in the grays. For a long time, I was working across in rows, but I'm doing diagonals now, because I feel like if I do diagonals on this one, I can visually see the progress being made. If I'm working straight across, typewriter style, it just doesn't feel as complete, like, you know, that I'm making progress. Counts are off on this one because I have marked off everything I'm not stitching as well. So this says I am 67.89% done, which, you know, I still have over 100,000 stitches to go on this bad boy. I'm stitching it on, I believe it's an 18 count Magic Guide fabric. Sorry, I have this in a hoop. I do park a little on this one. I don't park a lot on projects, but I do park a little. So this is where I'm at on it. My son just went in the camper. I don't know why. This is pretty exciting because the sky is boring, right? It's like 6 different shades of green and white and ecru and gray. But making progress going like this. I like that I can see the progress. I know I have a counting mistake somewhere in that blue section of the rainbow, which is another reason why I went to this, because I'm just going to fudge it. It's not going to be a big deal. Yeah, so this is where I am. Super happy with it. This does not come out a lot. I think I put in like over 500 stitches because I completed this. Sorry, the sun is coming out, so it's hard to see. I completed this diagonal, started this one, and other than like 2 stitches, like it's complete up to here. So I try to color complete the diagonal as much as possible. So this one is going to stay out too. This one is easy to work on at night if my husband goes to sleep before me, because working with the bigger count fabric, smaller count, it's an 18 count, so the count is bigger, the holes are bigger. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that'll go back downstairs next to my bed because I can work on it with just like my light and it doesn't keep him awake. So, okay, next is new starts. I have 3 new starts, like I said. One is crochet. I'll do that one last. I started What Remains with my friend. I have the pattern around, but I'm working from a working copy of it, so I'll just show you a picture I have of what it will look like. Whoa! My friend was showing me the picture of it and like the called for floss to see if I wanted to do this with her before we went camping. And I was like, duh. So that's what this is. But that's what it looks like. It's by Blackbird Designs. This project is in timeout. I love it. It's beautiful. It is the bane of my existence right now. So I am stitching this on a 22 count Ada that from Bestitchme called Vintage that Lisa gifted to me while camping. First, I started here and I was really loving it. And then my dog jumped on me. So there's that. I restarted because that is what we do. We restart, we rebuild, we persevere. And this is where I am. So, I love this. These are satin stitches. I have never done them before. I'm using some of the called for, and then I'm also making some subs. So this is a Bestitchme silk. That is yummy. Anyway. Sorry. I was stitching this 1/1 and I forgot because I put it away. And then I started stitching 2/1 on the house. And I realized last night that it was all wrong. So I started ripping out the house. These stitches are so thick though, because it's 2, that I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt my fabric. And I did, in fact, right here. See, do you see this? Hurt my fabric. So I put this away. It is away. I will pull it out again when I feel like ripping out stitches, which is never. But I do really love that pattern, and it's small and it's dainty, and I really think it'll be fast to work up. So, okay. Next is pattern I am doing for a coworker who will be retiring in a couple years, and we all know that these projects take time. So this pattern does not have a name, which is super weird. It is simply called embroidery pattern number 805. It is from Embroidery Patterns PDF on Etsy. This is what it looks like. I am doing a lot of the called for, but some substitutions. I'm stitching it on a 40 count ivory because it's the only one that I had that would have been long enough. And this is the top of the cross. And it is so pretty. I love stitching on this. So I am doing this 1/2. I will use some gold, like sparkle, like metallic floss in the middle, and wherever I think it needs it. But for right now, this is where I'm at. I haven't got this out in a couple days, but I need to, because it's pretty big. Yeah, my coworker will be retiring in 3 to 4 years, and so I figured that that gives me enough time. This is where I think it comes down just a little further, and then the next, like the leg of the cross comes out. So, yeah, that is that one. I really enjoy working on this. Yeah. And it's in a super fancy bag. Our Ziploc bags are. All right, one more new start. And then I have haul. One of the drawbacks of only making these videos like once a month is I feel like I have a ton to show you and they take a long time. So this is a daisy granny block that my daughter and I are going to do together. She picked out the colors except for the pink. I picked the pink. So we're using this color. This is the center of the daisy. This is an outside. The pink and the green alternate for the outside of the daisy blocks. And then Cadence picked this sparkly, it's like blowing out bad. It's a standard white, only it's metallic. It's got the white or the sparkle filament in it. So our daisies are sparkly. I think I need like 144 of these or something. And I have 10. But that's not bad considering I started this literally last weekend. So this is the green one. I have hanging yarn on this right now. So they're not perfect, but so there's that. And then this is the pink one. This is me. This is my daughter. And they will alternate. If you want to see a cool one, a daisy crochet, Unfinished Stitches posted their last video, their update video. And Madison, I literally just watched this video before I came out here. She is doing gray and blue daisy, which is just a coincidence. I did not know that I was going to run into that this morning in my video watching. Okay, last is haul. Stash acquisitions. So like I said, I went to Acorns and Threads. I put a price cap on myself of how much I could spend, and I literally walked away like right at it, which was pretty impressive because I stopped counting when all the good things. So I got this. This is the Classic Colorworks new 2025 colors. So there's apple cider, sparkling rosé, and green tea, and they're just like super pretty colors. So that will go in there. I bought this one, Liberty, from Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread, because we know I love them. That was not Nashville, but I'll show you that in a second. Okay, I ended up picking this up. I did not get the floss for this, the silk that they have. I forget what the Threadworks. It's Threadworks. They didn't have it, or I didn't see it, but I am just going to do this in DMC or my own fancy floss. But I think that's a really sweet little pattern. I picked up April from Country Cottage Needleworks, and May. I haven't started any of these ones yet, and I need to. I grabbed Spring Swan from Brenda Gervais. I love this because there's daffodils in it, which is my birth flower. There's some Easter eggs. Just happy colors. And I threw a piece of fabric in here that I might stitch it on. I don't know. And this one. This is by Tersea Kogut, called New Beginnings. I don't know if that's my dog or someone else's. But this one. I'm not usually a bunny person, but I don't really have anything springy. And it says on there, hope lies in new beginnings. And her charts are super easy to read. I like those ones. Last thing I got was The Rabbit and the Rose by Brenda Gervais. I just saw Brenda and Laura. One of them finished this. I have some Whisper already that I can use this for. But I just saw one of them finish this, and I just happened to be flipping through, and I grabbed that. And then finally, there was a Friday Night Fight Night through Bestitchme. We all know and love Bestitchme. I got 232 counts. I really am trying to de-stash my super bright, colorful fabrics and stock up more on neutrals. And so that's what I focused on at this Friday Night Fight Night. I got a piece of 32 count, not another sampler. And I got a piece of 32 count vanilla latte. This one is like, if you do them together, much more yellow, muted tones for this one. But they'll both be great neutrals. So, yeah. We're already at an hour, so I think I'm just gonna say goodbye now. You know, I've been watching Floss Tube, but it's the same people I always watch. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good spring, that your weather is turning around, that you've had some sunshine. I hope that my mess has inspired you. Maybe got your stitchy bug going. And yeah, so I will plan on being back in about a month, and we will see what kind of progress I can make in that time. Comment on that Tersea Kogut, the Let Love Rain. Let me know what you think. And like, subscribe, ring the bell so that you can know when the new ones come out. Going into summer, I might be able to do 2 a month instead of 1 a month. But yeah. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you all have a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.